We begin on the NFL gridiron, where the New York Jets looked plenty impressive last Friday night at MetLife Stadium. The takeaway, the Jets have a quarterback competition brewing between veterans Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater and rookie first-rounder Sam Darnold. The Jets shut out Atlanta 17-0 last week in preseason Game 1. We go inside the locker room for more.
Were you nervous, anxious?
I think all the above. I was a little nervous going out there, but more just excited to finally, be able to play an NFL game, even though it is preseason, to just be able to play an NFL game and have fun with the guys that we've been working so hard with, in OTAs, minicamp, and now training camp. It's been awesome.
It's cool. Teddy's coming back off an injury, and so what a great story that is, and it's easy to root for him. And then Sam this is his first time, so two different kind of perspectives and stories, but both, if you're a football fan and you enjoy the sport, it's fun to be a part of, and to get a front row seat, and more importantly, just to go out and want to see them accomplish the things that we talk about in our quarterback room on a daily basis.
Competition not only makes the team better, but it makes you better as an individual. And at the end of the day, it's not about Teddy Bridgewater, it's not about Sam Darnold, it's not about Josh McCown. It's about the New York Jets and who's ever going to give us the best chance to win football games. And, all of us have that mindset that we're going to continue to make each other better every day, and we're going to lean on each other. And at the end of the day, we have the best interest at heart for this team.
It's amazing to come out here and finally play football against a different opponent than ourselves. It's cool to be able to get our first win as a team, a shutout. Defense played great tonight. So it was just a great collective effort by the whole team, and it was really fun to be able to come out here and just have a great time with my teammates.
Gang Green returned to the field last night in Washington, where the results were not as good for their rookie signal caller. Jets fall 15-13 as the Redskins kick 5 field goals on their way to the victory. Darnold threw an interception and showed some of the growing pains of a rookie quarterback in his first preseason start for the Jets, who lost to Washington on a last-second field goal Thursday night. Now, the Jets will host the Giants next Friday. That preseason showdown for the Snoopy Trophy kicks at 7:30 p.m. at MetLife. The Jets' quarterback situation is as unsettled as ever. It was a mixed bag for Darnold and Bridgewater last night, setting up a fascinating decision in 2 weeks for Todd Bowles. Frankly, Bridgewater looks like the best quarterback on the roster, but you can bet Darnold will get another chance to win the job. The rookie's inexperience jumped out on a few plays. Could the Jets trade Bridgewater? Anything is possible at this point. Meanwhile, the G-men will be at Detroit tonight in week 2 of the preseason. The focus there could be on the backup quarterbacks, especially Davis Webb. This wasn't a competition before the Giants played the Cleveland Browns last week, but is now after a very shaky performance from Webb and some solid play from the rookie Kyle Lauletta. The 2 spot very well could be. Webb apparently let his emotions get the better of him in his first truly meaningful snap since Cal's season wrapped up in 2016, and he struggled to control the football. He will need to show that he can play with a cool head and trust his mechanics in a live game situation, and have a good showing to put the coaches' minds at ease with him as Eli Manning's backup. Manning's career has been defined by his ability to make big plays late in big games, so it should come as no surprise to hear that when he was given a chance to respond to Jaguars cornerback Jalen Ramsey, who took a shot at Manning among many other quarterbacks during a recent interview with GQ's Clay Skipper, Manning waited and waited and waited until the absolute last second to respond with a mild-mannered but slickly executed burn. Responding to Ramsey, who indicated that Manning's success was simply the product of Odell Beckham Jr., Manning at first resisted saying anything at all except no comment, but then, under his breath, Manning couldn't resist taking one little shot at Ramsey, saying, "Who?" with a smile. The Giants host the Jags in Week 1 on September 9th. Top rookie running back Saquon Barkley did some light jogging Thursday as he recovers from a minor hamstring injury and said he's day-to-day. The Giants don't care too much about his preseason reps. They just want him ready and healthy for Week 1 against Jacksonville. Injuries certainly do play a large role in the outcome for teams. The Yankees are feeling that right now. Slugger Aaron Judge remains sidelined with a wrist injury, and the Bronx Bombers are 10-10 since his injury. The Judge said Thursday that he hates still being away from from the field and out of the lineup while his injured wrist continues to heal. The original timetable for his return is delayed. Yanks may have to forego the hunt for the American League East crown, conceding to red-hot Boston and focus on winning the wild card, more specifically having the next best record in order to host that wild card play-in game the way they did a year ago. Trade deadline additions Lance Lynn and J.A. Happ have been exceptional for the Yankees despite the team's recent mediocrity. Happ twirled a gem Tuesday night in the Bronx, the Yankee highlight of the week. Let's go back inside the locker room to catch up with your favorite players in pinstripes.
I felt like I was getting better as the game was going on, able to throw more of the pitches for strikes, and that was a big help. Trying to keep it going, trying to pound the zone. Definitely trying to avoid those walks, but I think as the game went on, was using more and getting ahead, and that was key.
He commands his fastball and he stays aggressive with his fastball. I mean, he's coming at you. So, I mean, he works in and out really well, moves the ball really well. Past 3 outings have been exactly what we needed. He goes out there and he gives us, a real good shot to chip away at some of the guys out there throwing for the other team. So, I mean, he's allowing us, since he's got here, he's allowing us to win baseball games, and he's pitching really well.
You feel very confident every time Jay takes the ball every 5th day, and you feel like he's going to give you 6+ strong innings and keep you in the game. His tempo is going to be good. He's going to, outside of tonight, he's going to fill up the strike zone, and he's going to get outs, and he's going to, keep the game moving, and that's the thing you enjoy about playing behind him. And we've seen it for years. I played with him several years ago, and it was the same thing.
It's motivating to pitch in Yankee Stadium. It's motivating to be on this team, be in a pennant race, and heck yeah, I mean, this is fun.
The Yanks fell 8-5 to the Mets on Monday, rebounded in that 4-1 victory on Tuesday night before dropping the last 2 to lowly Tampa Bay 6-1 and 3-1. Respectively. The Pinstripers continue the homestand this weekend with Toronto for 3 games, highlighted by the 20th anniversary celebration of the 1998 Yankees team on Saturday. That incredible squad went 125-50 on its way to winning the World Series. Number 2 won't be there to celebrate perhaps the number 1 Yankee team of all time. Derek Jeter will not be in attendance for the Yankee Stadium party on August the 18th to honor the 20th anniversary. The former captain instead plans to send a video tribute to the fans. Jeter has avoided setting foot in Yankee Stadium since becoming Marlins CEO. World Series MVP Scott Brosius, the Mariners third base coach, and Joe Girardi aren't on the list of those attending. Chili Davis, the Cubs hitting coach, also is unlikely to attend. Fan favorites David Cohn, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, Andy Pettitte, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera, David Wells, and Bernie Williams do plan to attend. How about this football score for the New York Mets? 24-4 Thursday night in Philadelphia. Jose Bautista hit a grand slam and had a career-high 7 RBIs, and the Mets set a franchise record for runs, forcing the Phillies to use 2 position players for the final 3 innings in that 24-4 New York victory. Wow. Big ups to the Mid-Island Little League squad representing New York in the Little League World Series. They played Thursday afternoon and looked strong. New York scored 4 runs over the final 3 innings to start its run in the Little League World Series with a 5-2 win over Iowa. It was just 2 years ago that a New York team won the Little League World Series when Maine Endwell defeated South Korea in the championship game. Mid-Island has a lot of work ahead to reach the top of the mountain, but this was an excellent start for the squad. On the blacktop, the Slam Summer Classic from Dyckman Park is set to go down Saturday night. Stay in tune with Dyckman on social media as the game might be played earlier in the day at the park or even moved indoors with the weekend weather a bit up in the air. 20 of the best high school players in the Mecca in one game. The Hoops in the Sun Round Ball Classic will host its playoffs this weekend, starting indoors tonight and wrapping up at Orchard Beach on Sunday. Log on to hoopsinthesun.net for more info. Racing great Fernando Alonso is calling it an F1 career. He will retire at the end of the season, fueling speculation, as we have discussed time and time again on the show, that he may return to IndyCar and chase the 500 next May. Listen to 90.7 FM tomorrow afternoon, where the longest-running sports call-in show in New York City, One-on-One, will feature 2 Indy 500 winners in Alexander Rossi and Scott Dixon. Rossi and Dixon will be racing this weekend in Pocono. Race day is Sunday. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some perspective on Aaron Judge's absence from the Yankee lineup. Well, Yankee fans, it looks like Miguel Andujar is taking a step ahead of Gleyber Torres in the race for the American League Rookie of the Year. Torres hasn't looked right since his injury, and Miggy keeps swatting doubles and homers, although his defense at third remains a little shaky. While Andujar focuses on finishing his rookie season strong, it's become clear who the most important Yankee in the lineup is, and that's Aaron Judge. Not Gary Sanchez, who's been sidelined all too much this year and underperforming. Not Giancarlo Stanton, the reigning National League MVP, who has been pretty hot of late, but still not enough to carry the Bombers offensively. It's Aaron Judge. The Yankees are scoring 4.8 runs per game without Judge. They scored 5.2 with him. The team average has dropped from 254 to 237, and the team OPS is also down from 789 to 736. It's not just Judge's numbers they miss his presence in the overall lineup, and clearly there's no one on the Yanks that can add to the roster to make up for Judge being out. Bronx Bomber faithful, say a prayer tonight for Aaron Judge before you go to bed. The Yankees need the Judge back. Without him, they may not even make the playoffs, let alone chase the World Series again. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.